you all Merry Christmas. On this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the privilege to invite Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Madam Fatima Madabiu, to welcome our distinguished guest for this session tonight. Her Excellency.
Thank you. Your Excellency, retired Brigadier Julius Madabiu, my dearest husband, the Honorable Vice President, Dr. I'm going to put Alhaji because we are going to Mecca. Alhaji Julde Jallo, my dear brother, all security heads here present, honorable ministers present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the People's Lodge. We are grateful that you have honored our invitation to come and celebrate with us this wonderful day. And because of the security sector, this is the first time in 20 years, I believe His Excellency is spending Christmas in Freetown, because he needed to do this dinner with the security sector. So I want to say thank you, Your Excellency, for making sure we do this because it is so dear to you and to us all. You're here today to celebrate with the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces and the man who is one of you and the one who understands the meaning of security. So today, this is your home. Enjoy, eat, drink, and merry. And please, when I say merry, I mean merry. It's Merry Christmas. So let us celebrate Christmas. 2021 has been a very challenging year for everybody. But I know with the blessing of Allah, we have pulled through. And we are now looking forward to 2022. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and the best of 2022, and that whatever you touch and whatever you desire and whatever you look for 2022, may Allah grant it to you all. Merry Christmas, everybody, and welcome.
Her Excellency. I'm sure Her Excellency deserves something better than this. But this morning I was browsing through social media and somebody was saying, I tell them, say they don't postpone this Christmas. And now that I've officially informed that tomorrow is Christmas, gentlemen, let's give another big hand to Her Excellency. Tonight, we're going to have toast, response, because this is more about security business. It has to be street, formal, but at the end of the day, we're going to have a whole lot of fun. It's going to be Merry Christmas. Let me just take this opportunity to take you through. We're going to have a toast to be proposed by the Honorable Minister of Defense to the health of men and women of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. Somebody will respond to that toast in the capacity of the Chief of Defense Staff of AUSLAF. The second toast will be proposed by the Minister of Internal Affairs to the health of the serving personnel of the Sierra Leone Police, Sierra Leone Correctional Service, the Fire Force, the Immigration, and the Road Safety Corps. That will be responded by the Honorable Inspector General of Police. Next toast will be to the health of the ministers of government who have, over the years, been supporting this government to reach this far, and the security agencies under the office of the president. That will be done by the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security. Don't say why the Minister of Food Security, because even food is a security issue. The response will come from the Acting National Security Coordinator. A toast to the health, peace, and security of His Excellency, the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. That will be done by the Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Mohamed Jude Jallow. On that note, a very special response will be from His Excellency, the President, the Commander-in-Chief, the Fountain of Honor, the Supreme Head of State will respond to that toast and will make a statement. Immediately after that, I will now have the authority to declare that dinner will be served. We will have group photo and the national anthem, HE will retire. But tonight, we want to have a special photo. We want to have photos with Excellency and the first family with all heads of institutions only. The second phase will be, the other photos will now be representative from ASLAF. We have their pictures separate, the Sierra Leone Police, and all other security sectors for record's sake, because I've been charged over the week that for all the other events, we know they see we own picture now, the one over where the brother can take. So we want to give this as a Christmas package. On this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the privilege to now invite the Honorable Minister of Defense to propose to the health of men and women of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces.
Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Brigadier Retired General Osmada Abdul, the Honorable Vice President, Her Excellency, Madam First Lady, and the entire First family, colleagues, ministers of government, heads of the security sector institutions, senior officers of the security sector, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I would like to first of all start by thanking the First family for inviting me personally and the ASLAF representatives here tonight to participate in yet another engagement of His Excellency and First family with the security sector institutions. Secondly, I want to personally thank the family for asking me Second, I want to personally thank the First family for asking me or instructing me to take this command of proposing a toast to the health of the ASLAF. It is a task I've taken up heartily, Your Excellency, because I'm proposing to the most noble institution I've ever seen and I've ever worked in. I started watching this institution ever since I was born and bred in the military barracks, saw how the soldiers were toiling and toiled happily to deliver the goods for the nation. I saw that growing up. I grew up joining the force itself and went up to, as you know, Your Excellency, heading this noble institution. Since those glorious days, the ASLAF has gone through quite a lot, good and bad. We had a rough patch in our history as serving personnel, especially during those worst years, 11 years of the civil war in our country. The ASLAF has been a resilient institution keeping its heads above waters, fighting tooth and nail with even the barest rudimentary equipments they may have. They went through the war, dealt with it, and came up on top of it. They've gone through many, many other combat operations, both internally and externally. They've been to peacekeeping operations, they've excelled. I know when His Excellency the President came into the seat of power in 2018, he's never been stopped bombarded by his colleagues who ask for our SLAF personnel to engage again in peacekeeping operations. His Excellency has since that period, we are not surprised, has been battling with the issue of providing the equipments, the hardcore equipments that will qualify us to go for peacekeeping operations again. We pray to God, Allah, that Your Excellency will succeed to achieve this in the shortest possible time. The RSLAF looks forward to this, as we believe the RSLAF is always ready to deliver, and always we will deliver to the best of its ability. When the war came, a few people intruded, came into the armed forces for the wrong reasons. Some turned out to be Sobels, and the entire armed forces was labeled as Sobels. But we later on proved that no, it wasn't that way at all. That was the wrong picture that was provided by those who came in for the very wrong reasons. Many of them, thankfully, have left the RSLAF. Some of them left later on. Those who thought they would come in to look for money realized later on that the armed forces is not all about money. It's about providing service to the nation, selfless service to the nation. And indeed, the RSLAF has done this many, many times over. We care much more about medals for our achievements than the financial goodies that come with it. Your Excellency, I'm here this evening passionately representing the RSLAF and proposing this toast to them, to the health of all of the service personnel, men and women, and indeed to our colleagues as well, those who have left the armed forces. I know all of us are proud to have served this nation, and those that are within the armed forces today, I know, continue to be very, very proud to be serving members of the armed forces. We will continue to do our diligent work and continue to provide security in collaboration with our colleagues here this evening. I know every one of them have a part to play, but here I ask you to please charge your glasses and join me in toasting to the health of the RSLAF, to the health of the RSLAF. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. On this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the privilege to invite Lieutenant General Suli Sise, Chief of Defense Staff of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, to respond to this wonderful toast.
Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, the Honorable Vice President, please permit me to stand on existing protocol. I'm standing here this evening to respond to a toast proposed by the Honorable Minister of Defense. So I remember 1 year ago, we're here again on a a similar occasion, and the memories of that occasion still lingers in our minds. I remember vividly there was a dancing competition, and at the end of the day, the Agslav forced His Excellency to dance, and he danced together. That shows that once a soldier, always a soldier. So thank you very much for that compliment. So I want to thank you and thank Madam First Lady for organizing this event purely for the security forces. We know how dearly we are in your hearts as the security of this state. We appreciate you, and we hope that you continue to organize these kind of occasions. Let me take this opportunity to also thank Madam First Lady for organizing a special fundraising dinner for the infrastructural development of the 34 Military Hospital. Today, if you have the opportunity to visit the 34, you will see transformation. And that one was spearheaded by no less a person than our First Lady. Thank you very much, ma'am. At least she knows how important the military hospital is. And I believe all he's doing is to achieve His Excellency's dream. I want to assure the people of this country of our 100% loyalty at all time to the Constitution of this country and the democratic governance. Agslav will continue to live up to his expectation. I know 2 years ago, there were a lot of challenges, especially for within the relationship between the SLP and the Agslav. There were a lot of clashes, but for the past 2 years, I think it's now a thing of the past. Sometimes my relationship with the IG is so close that sometimes we don't even discuss, but we do things together. 2 days ago, I published the promotions of other ranks for the Republic of Sudan Armed Forces. The same day, as if we had a discussion, he also published his own promotion. So that shows the synergy between the Agslav and the SLP. So I want to assure you, sir, that the Agslav and the SLP will continue to work together for the betterment of this country. Once more, thank you very much, and thank you very much, sir, for organizing this dinner for the security forces. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Next item, I want to humbly invite the Honorable Minister of Internal Affairs to propose to the health of the serving personnel of the Sierra Leone Police, Sierra Leone Correctional Center, Fire Force, Immigration, and the Road Safety. Honorable Panda Noah.
Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Honorable Vice President, Republic of Sierra Leone, Madam First Lady, Mr. Chairman, I beg to align myself with existing protocols. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know some people are thinking I was MIA, missing in action, but I'm here. I want to thank the First Lady and the First Family for inviting us once again to these memorable occasions that we have every year. We take a lot away from it, and we have a good time when we're here. And that is why, in giving my toast, I'd like, because it's once a year, it doesn't happen all the time, it doesn't happen when all security people come together, just to tell us and just to remind ourselves of the few things that we've done over the year and maybe some part of last year as well. Our mandate, the 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone, and a number of laws and regulations provide a statutory framework and mandate for the Ministry of Internal Affairs of the Republic of Sierra Leone to oversee government's ownership interest in the Sierra Leone Police, Sierra Leone Correctional Services, National Fire Force, National Civil Registration Authority, Immigration Department, National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency, Sierra Leone National Commission on Small Arms, Office of the Chief Medical Examiner, 8. And today I have the SLRSA joined to it. So I have 9 tonight. Our functions is to coordinate, supervise, and monitor the activities of the agencies, and to implement government policy on internal security and the safety sector, and provide advice to government. The Medium-Term National Development Plan 2019 to 2023 contains one policy objective that is relevant to the Ministry of Internal Affairs as follows: to have a security sector that is efficient, effective, highly apolitical, and professional, one that can contribute significantly to sustainable development and the advancement of democracy and the rule of law, and can ensure a robust response to national threats and emergencies. Let us look at our key achievements of the ministry and agencies. Let's look at the infrastructural development. The National Fire Force, they have constructed 4 fire stations, one in each, in the western area, rural district at Rokel, Pujehun, Kailaun, and Kabbalah, of which Kailaun and Rokel fire stations have been commissioned. We still have some more to go, and we're building some more fire stations. The SLP commissioned new police stations in Savage Square and Wellington, whilst others are under the construction at Wilberforce, Aberdeen, Palmoy Luma, and Blackhall Road. The National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency, NDLA, opened its office at the Freetown International Airport and Queen Elizabeth Key. Sierra Leone National Commission on Small Arms constructed 2 new armories for RSLAF for the 11th Battalion in Gambia and the 12th Battalion in Kabbalah, and rehabilitated 4 armories for SLP at Mashaka, Lonsar, and Potloko divisions and Samu Police Training Center, and 1 explosive storehouse for the RSLAF at Chimkilia Forward Patrol Base. Let's look at what the Sierra Leone Correctional Services has done. It has constructed 2 blocks with a capacity of 400 inmates at Mafanta Correctional Center. It has constructed a pre-trial detention and simulation center at Kisi Town, Waterloo, with capacity for 120 male and 10 female inmates attending court sittings at Waterloo and for use as a simulation by recruits on training. It has improved water sanitation and hygiene at Sefadu, Bo, and Kenma Correctional Centers. It has reestablished the supply of pipeline water to the Maximum Correctional Center at Pademba Road. Constructed child-friendly centers at the Freetown and Kenma Female Correctional Centers for babies and children accompanying their detained mothers. Installed CCTV cameras at the Freetown Male Correctional Center at Pademba Road and the Freetown Female Correctional Center at the Special Court Complex to ensure real-time monitoring against security breaches. This will be commissioned soon. In the process of acquiring 200 acres of land at Songo Colony for the relocation of the Freetown Main Correctional Center that will accommodate industrial and agricultural activities by inmates. It has established libraries at Matujong, Cambia, Mafanta, and McKinney Correctional Centers and constructed a boat for the Bond Correctional Services. We have also many policy and project developments for the ministry and its agencies. Let me see. We have established the Office for the Chief Medical Examiner through the Medical Examiners Act to investigate contentious suspicious tests. And it has pleased His Excellency to have the first Chief Medical Officer as Dr. Owis Koroma. We have supported NFF, National Fire Force, to develop the fire safety policy and bill and submitted to Cabinet awaiting popularization of the policy. This goes on and on and on and on. Yes, and it goes on and on and on. And so, the ministry in its collaboration with all stakeholders conducted a nationwide managerial assessment of correctional facilities in Sierra Leone. After the conduct of the public servants payroll verification exercise, NCRA secured support from UNDP with a biometric time attendance system, Attend CRF, MOF, AGD, and HRMO that is linked to the payment of salaries at the Accountant General's Department. The SLP has restructured its ranks from 9 to 19. The SLP, as on the 23rd December 2021, rolled out its final promotional list. On behalf of government, we wish you a Merry, Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, please fill your glasses, raise them, and let us drink heartily to the men, women of all these agencies and the SLRSA and their families. To the health.
So much. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Tonight I've realized how huge your tasks are. And I want to wish you all the best and accomplish those great desires you have to transform the internal security. On this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to invite the Inspector General of Police to respond to this toast.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, retired Brigadier Dr. Julius Mada Matthew Monibio. You are the Vice President, Honorable Vice President, Her Excellency, the First Lady. Mr. Moderator, can you permit me to align myself with the existing protocols? Yeah, when one say it's difficult to uproot cassava, one should know it at a planting time. The Mendeman say, His Excellency the President knew he was coming to take over Sierra Leone, transform Sierra Leone, make Sierra Leone, develop Sierra Leone. Therefore, he put premium on security. Because whatever success you are having, you must have security. Thank you, His Excellency the President. My President. Our President. Last year, similar thing happened. We witnessed. It's still fresh in our mind. There was dancing competition. But soldier na soldier. His Excellency only danced when he saw the soldiers were about to be defeated by the energetic police, romantic, energetic dancers. Then he said, "No, I have to join my boys. Otherwise, these police boys." So he has to come in. Then we concede defeat. But today, he has to be neutral because he is the father for all. Let us come and Bade here. Look for me the word Bade in your lexicon. His Excellency, our coordinating mechanism in the security sector is second to none. When the minister was talking about the sector, I can imagine how the SAP, the interface with immigration, with the road safety, with the prison, the fire, the arms, the law, the drugs guys. We come together, we address issues as a family. We thank God for the Office of the National Security, who came in now to see how best he can cement the synergy. My brother CDS, we just take a decision when there is a heavy load. Remember, the police will not win. So sometimes I say, CDS, will you come around me? Because the police is not going to win. You know why? If you win, there is going to be calamity. So whatever you do, your winning position is where you have failed to take your action. Thank you, the MOD, for always giving me support. Wherever we are having some challenges, you are always around there. If I'm about to be overwhelmed, you will see the soldier will come there, and everybody will just vamos. This is what we need in this country. We sit down and laugh, we play together, and the First Lady has provided that opportunity. I want to thank you on behalf of my wife for you attending our crowning Mami Queen's ceremony at the police training school. And my wife asked me to convey their sincere and appreciation for the donation you made to them. And it is as a result of your support to the police wives, we are able to put boreholes in various barracks across the country. Thank you very much, Madam First Lady. But as Oliver's twist, they are asking me, don't forget them again. I was hearing when the Chief of Defense Staff was talking about the transformation of 34 Hospital. The police hospital is yet to be numbered. We will soon become 33, so that 34 benefit we can sprinkle down a little bit to the police hospital. We are very much satisfied with your leadership, and we promise that we will give our best support and what we require service delivery to the people of this country. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Your Excellency, and your government people. I will ask my mouth to shut up.
Thank you so much, Honorable Inspector General of Police. The support for the security sector is something that you will continue to enjoy from the First family. I want to assure the Inspector General of Police, it's not going to be 33, but we are supporting the Vocational Training Center, which you have, and that was initiated, fund mobilized by Her Excellency, the First Lady. So let's see, let the police have the military have their own share this time. We will come to UNITA. And during the crowning of the Mami Queen, there was a commitment, a very huge one, which was made by Her Excellency, the First Lady. Be rest assured that commitment, not to Banya Feki. It will happen. For the 34 military hospital, it's something we should be proud of. 34 military hospital, governments have come and gone, First Ladies, President, nobody thought there was a need to transform that hospital. The first family realized that indeed it is about time we give back to the serving men and women of this country. And that is one project we're going to complete. And I want to assure you, by next year at the same time, inshallah, the next dinner, the fundraising dinner will not be in this lodge, would be at the 34 hospital. So you will go and see for yourself the money raised by the First Lady office, supported by His Excellency the President, how those funds were spent. And I'm sure the CDS has already informed you. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, the support to the security sector continues. And interestingly, you have a president who is from this constituency. On this note, I now want to invite the Honorable Minister of Agriculture to propose to the toast of ministers of government present and the security agencies under the office of the President.
Excellency the President, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, the Right Honorable Vice President, the First Lady, Madam Fatima Madabio, may I ask to stand on existing protocol. My task here is to propose a toast to colleague ministers and security forces around His Excellency the President. I'm really honored to be here this evening, to be given this opportunity to undertake this particular task. As Minister of Government and as ministers of government, His Excellency the President has reposed his confidence on us. And I think we are a very privileged bunch among 7 million population that His Excellency sees fit to be able to undertake his mandate. And during this period, ministers have been working very hard, audaciously, to ensure that His Excellency's mandate, His Excellency's manifesto dreams are realized. I want to take the opportunity, first of all, to thank His Excellency the President for reposing the confidence on ministers, and at the same time to thank colleague ministers for all the hard work they've been doing in spite of all the challenges. I think for the very first time, this government has been in power all throughout. You could not hear of any scandal. I think that's kudos to ministers and other members of government, and particularly to His Excellency the President and the Vice President for ensuring and continuously reminding us that corruption should not be entertained, and we have to lead by example. In the same vein, I want to also thank the security forces around His Excellency the President. It is not an easy task when you have Commander-in-Chief in the person of His Excellency to manage on a day-to-day basis. And every day you are out there putting your lives, ensuring that the first family, the second family, and all the people around him are safe at all times. We really thank you for all of that. I don't want to belabor you, but as my task here is to propose a toast, I'll now ask everyone to please rise up the glass and propose a toast to the health of ministers and security forces around His Excellency the President.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sierra Leone has a unique security arrangement, a system that coordinates, supervises, and advises the presidency of national security matters. That includes every security sector we have in this country is being coordinated, supervised by the Office of National Security. On this note, I have the privilege to invite the Acting National Security Coordinator to respond to the toast by the Honorable Minister of Agriculture. Acting National Security Coordinator.
Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Brigadier General Dr. Julius Maada Bio, Honorable Vice President, Madam First Lady, may I please request that I stand on existing protocols. Good evening, everybody. I want to just tell a story. First, the president of Uganda was invited to a dinner at the Buckingham Palace by the Queen. And when he went to this dinner, he ate very well. So much so that the tummy was full. After which, he said to the Queen, Mr. and Mrs. Queen, I want to retaliate by inviting you to Uganda. I'm here not to retaliate, but to respond to his statement made by the Minister of Agriculture. Let me first thank the Inspector General of Police for the compliment that our security coordination is one of the best. Indeed, we have been able to actually coordinate our security forces. But for tonight, I'm skewed to respond to a toast for government ministers and security agencies within the presidency. We have again gathered here at the Presidential Lodge to dine and interact with the highest leadership of the land. The chairman of National Security Council, Grand Commander, Fountain of Honor, the dispenser of the prerogative of mercy, His Excellency, Brigadier General Retired Dr. Julius Maada Bio. Your Excellency, on behalf of the ministers and the security force agencies within the presidency, I wish to express our profound thanks and appreciation for the unique opportunity for gathering men and women of the security agencies within the presidency to dine and interact with you tonight. You, the first family, and eminent members of your government, ministers. Your Excellency, by doing so, you are not only making the men and women of the security agencies within the presidency cheer up in an extraordinary way, but you are making them feel very strong that their work is appreciated by you. And therefore, there's every need that the preceding years we hope to redouble our efforts to do more. In the military, they say morale boosting. This is a real morale booster for us in the security agencies. I would want to thank Madam First Lady specifically for her untiring effort in ensuring that this dinner is organized every year. And also to thank members of the team. It's not easy putting the bits together to have such a dinner. So I want to thank them very much. Your Excellency, as a coordinating institution, rest assured that we will continually work very hard to make members of the security sector professionally efficient. And we will maintain your trust and confidence as a democratically elected President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. On that note, on behalf of our colleagues, I want to wish the First family Merry Christmas and prosperous New Year, and cabinet ministers present here. Shakespeare once said, "What touches us, ourselves, shall be last served." Though I'm responding to a toast, I would want to request that we observe the 1 minute silent prayers for the death of the National Security Coordinator, the Brigadier General John Odiwale Jatoka, including one of the members of my staff I lose this morning, one of the director of vetting, Mr. Same Kamara. We lost him this morning, the early hours of this morning. I will request that we observe the silent prayers for them. May their souls rest in perfect peace. Let me thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Acting NS Code, a huge responsibility to coordinate a security structure in this country. We want to say thank you so much, and please accept our deepest sympathy for the loss of the former NS Code and one of your directors. May Allah grant them safe passage. Ladies and gentlemen, two things that I always make reference to. One thing that is more important in this part of the world and any part of the world today is security. That's why you see the Americans spend so much on Secret Service. They want to know what is happening around you and everything. Because without security, there is no stability. Without security, there's not going to be any investment. Without security, nobody goes to school. And security is not just about somebody carrying arms. We have human security, economic security, social security. All those are things, when you put them together, somebody has to be there to provide an oversight, to ensure that banks are going to open on time, the airport is secured, people have to travel. 2 weeks back, we were in Nigeria. I began to imagine a country like Nigeria, so that I need to ask somebody about the security arrangement. And I say, bravo, come here, go for left Abuja, go Lagos. It's not a funny effect. So you know they try ourselves. So we need to say thanks to ourselves as a nation, and above all, to the president, because he made security a priority. That's why today we go to sleep Nobody knocks our door illegally. Now you get to the beach, except if you have something that has to do with insecurity, somebody will going to question you. So let's continue to support the process. Let's support our heads of institutions to succeed. If they succeed, there will be stability. But one thing that is so much unfortunate, that every little thing somebody have to say, the person call you for say this. For me, I sometimes believe that sometimes undermine the entire operations of their security. So let's leave our guys to do their work. Please. Ladies and gentlemen, on this note, I have the privilege to invite the Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Mohamed Jude Jallow, to propose to the toast of His Excellency the President, Health, Peace, Security. Honorable Jude Jallow.
Your Excellency, Chairman of the National Security Council, Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Honorable Ministers, Security and Defense personnel, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. First, I want to add my voice to all the security personnel, senior officers and ministers, to thank Her Excellency for this wonderful occasion that every year signal the end of a very challenging security and defense landscape. Your Excellency, as Chairman of the National Security Council, when you assumed office in 2018, there was no doubt that you had two broad challenges. First is what we call the moral challenge, because every security and defense officer in this country believed that their life, their welfare, their capability is not going to improve under any other president than His Excellency Julius Maada Bio. If you go to Kenema, if you go to Falaba, you go to every corner of this country, defense and security personnel, they are confident that improvement in their life and their capability is going to be under your administration. I know that was a very heavy obligation. Second was you set out clear parameters about how you want to respond to that aspirations of security personnel. That is essentially under four broad outlines. One, you wanted to improve the tactical, operational capability of the defense and security forces. Second, you wanted to improve their welfare. And finally, you instructed us, including the Minister of Defense, that you wanted to improve the international standing and image of the defense and security forces. The first one, which is the tactical capability, under your leadership, you have instructed us to ensure that we increase the intelligence capability of the intelligence infrastructure. That is the CISU and ONS. We have spent a lot of money. Today, the intelligence capability of Sierra Leone, compared to our neighboring countries, has appreciated a lot. Today, as a government, we can boast of tactical powers that has allowed us to maintain peace and security and diffuse tension in this country under your instruction. When it comes to the operational capability, we have also bought a lot of vehicles. Today, we spent money to improve the operational intelligence vehicles of the police force. We have bought additional vehicles for the police, and we are in the process to negotiate additional vehicles to improve the mobility capacity of the police under your instruction. We have also bought additional mobility stuff for the military, the RSLAF. For the first time since independence in this country, that under your instruction, we have bought for the military customized vehicle. These are not civilian vehicles. These are military vehicles. They are spare parts. You cannot find them in any shops. So these are military vehicles. They are not electronic, but they are modern vehicles to increase the operational capability of the RSLAF, particularly to enforce the forward patrol bases. As we are speaking today, we have 4 of the forward patrol bases that are up and running, which has no doubt attracted admiration from our Guinean counterpart. When I was going to Guinea recently, one of these vehicles accompanied me to the border, and to the admiration of the Guinean army, they all came, they were surrounding the vehicle like a lantern, because they realized that these are military-made vehicles. All this is under your instruction. Also, on the operational capability, we are trying to fix the communication of the military, the RSLAF, and the police to enhance their capability for rapid response. We have built, like the Minister of Internal Affairs said, additional police stations. For the first time, we've decided to build an operational police base at the Lumley Beach, just to improve security at the Lumley Beach, along the Lumley Beach Golf Course Lumley axis. And we are going to officially launch that in the next coming days. On the welfare issue, His Excellency, under your instruction for the first time in this country, that in the past 3 years, this government has increased by 25% the salary of all defense and security officers. It means by 2023, defense and security officers will have a salary increment of about 100%. That has increased the morale. We have also rationalized the supply of essential items like rice to the police and the RSLAF with a special purpose vehicle that allow the Ministry of Finance to live up to their expectations. Equally, His Excellency, under your instruction, we have recruited additional personnel, and we have allowed the Defense and the Police Council to endorse, under your instruction, the promotion of thousands of both military and police personnel. Like the IG says, now the police can go wow all over the place, because morale is high, and then their conditions of service have improved. On the international and image making, it is under your leadership that for the first time in this country, we have a United Nations African Union police contingent in Addis Ababa that is commanded by a Sierra Leonean police officer. That has increased tremendously the international standing of the Sierra Leone police force, and we continue to supply police officers to international peacekeeping missions. And the feedback we are getting and the report we are getting from that has been very, very positive. Just last Wednesday, we had a special police council to design the security architecture for the festive season. We have improved security and police presence in the Lunga International Airport, extending that even to the boat crossing areas. And also, we have designed a special security architecture to provide security for the western area, particularly where you have the nocturnal economy around the Lumley Beach, Lumley area, and Aberdeen. And that one is going to be effective this night. Me and the Inspector General have promised to go around this night by 1 o'clock to ensure that all security patrol, police patrol, are in their places and they are doing their work. His Excellency, security architecture, security and defense architecture have seen tremendous improvement in this country. Like our acting ONS coordinator just said, and my brother Fekaya was saying, security is not just about holding arms and moving around, but we have been able, through the tactical improvement that we've got now, to diffuse tensions and be able to bring to book even people who misuse the social media. This is because we now have that capability to do so and to track people who misuse the social media and to bring them to book. So under your leadership in the last 3 years and this year, we have improved tremendously. And we know that you have made the Security Council a family. Because in the Security Council, we have the opportunity now under your instruction to invite ministers from different sectors to address issues that are affecting their sector. And this has no doubt created opportunity for ministers to interact with the security family and also take in good faith some of the recommendations we are making to stabilize their respective status. So on that note, and based on those achievements and your contribution to developing the security and the defense forces to improve its tactical and operational capability, the welfare of soldiers and police and prisons officers, and also the image and international standing of the Sierra Leone Defense and Security Forces, I want to use this opportunity on that positive note, coming at the end of the year. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, join me to raise your glasses to drink to the health of our chairman of the National Security Council, Commander-in-Chief of the Sierra Leone Armed Forces. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Vice President. Tonight I have learned so much, and I'm more than confident now and I believe that we have a system in place. We have very good security arrangement in this country. From what I heard from the Internal Affairs Minister, the CDS, the IG, the NS Corps acting, and the Honorable Vice President. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been here for is about to start. Please, I humbly request to remain standing for His Excellency the President, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, the Supreme Head of State, the Fountain of Honor, to respond to the toast made by the Honorable Vice President. Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you very much. Sit down, please. The Honorable Vice President, Madam First Lady, Honorable Ministers of Government, Members of Parliament, the President, all security heads, sectors, and everybody represented here today, good evening. It's always a special evening to come together as a sector, because I believe that insecurity is mortal's deepest enemy. But very few people appreciate that fact. And that is why I decided to have you here again because I know that I am a member of this sector for all throughout my life. Nothing goes on in any state or anywhere in the world without security. That is why the United Nations Security Council is the most important of all the organs, because security and peace create the necessary condition for all other endeavors of human activity. We cannot function, we cannot work, we cannot talk about development, we cannot talk about Christmas or anything if we do not have security. So tonight, we have organized this evening, as we have done in the past couple of years, to acknowledge the great work that you do, the hard work that you do, the many times you stay up at night just to make sure that our nation is safe. It is not easy to do the things that you do, and it is not apparent to everybody, but it is apparent to me and my leadership. And this is my way of saying a big thank you to all of you for the many times that you work at night, for the many times that you leave your loved ones and families to go around just to make sure that others are safe. Without security, nothing happens. And for most members, even of the security sector, they don't even know they are providing security because of the nature of what they do. Several people today have accounted for several agencies and sectors that work together for security. What is important in the past couple of years is that we have been able to stitch you together, to work together, so that synergy, which is so important for your work, is beginning to show. The police cannot work alone. The military has a totally different function. And for the most part, we see them when the traffic is jammed, they are also in it. They don't do anything about it, because that's not their responsibility, their day-to-day responsibility. That is why there is enough blame to go around for the police all the time. The Tifo na police. Traffic block na police. We call 12 o'clock na net, they don't respond na police. Everything is the police. I don't envy you in the police, because we expect you to work 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That is a huge task. But how many of us do recognize how difficult it is to provide that all-round, all-year security? Not even a lot of our members in the public understand how extremely difficult it is. Yes, we blame them. But what I want us to do as a nation is to provide them with the wherewithal, the motivation, the training, and the equipment so that they can work. It's easy to blame. If you look for if you check for their numbers, they are not enough. By the way, I'm not providing excuses, Mr. IG. I just want them to understand the enormity of the task that you have. And for most of the security sector, when something happen, now, going to, they know they how many police they wait for dinner every village, every town, or every side, which side there is a commission of crime. It's a huge task. I'm saying this so that we understand and appreciate the role that we play, this sector, and for the general public and the nation to appreciate you and support you. Because first thing, especially when a soldier, they say I drop out to be the goodie. The people, they don't ask me, where do you go find a soldier? Now the one day we know able to go school, we don't tie up, school tie up and then, now they for going a soldier. The police, this is not a place for lefu-lefu. You have to be brilliant. You have to be smart. So I want us to blame them as much as we can, but encourage them also, support them, and give them the motivation to do the work. It is collective. What I've enjoyed and what we have engineered in the past couple of years is to make sure that they are all working together. The police, the military, the ONS is coordinating their activities, and a very good point in I will cite was that unfortunate night when we had the fire incident. I was not in this country, but I followed on social media. All the agencies were properly coordinated. They were all there. That was the very first time that you had that level of coordination. Disaster management, that was the lead, provided that support and coordinated. That is what we need, because in a chaos like that, it is very difficult to coordinate. It's extremely difficult. Somebody even told me it rained, and by daybreak, most of the bodies were at sea. It was a lie, but that is what we are good at in Sierra Leone. Everybody was accounted for. And all the others who suffered burns were taken to various hospitals. So I don't want us to relax. I don't want us to give up in the face of criticism. I do criticize the police myself. I want you to do more. I expect you to do more. That is because out of frustration, there is too much indiscipline in Sierra Leone. People are quick to take the law into their own hands. A simple accident, they jump at you. Decent man, they will beat you up for a mistake which may not even be yours. That should not happen. But even the police suffer, because I remember a few weeks ago, I think they grabbed the police who went there to stop them from rampaging. So there is high level of indiscipline, and that is a challenge for us, and that is a challenge we must surmount, because without discipline, without law and order, which you are the enforcement agency, we cannot live as a civilized society. We cannot function. We will not deliver on the promises we've made. This has to be a law-based, order-based society, and you are the enforcers of the law. That is why, whether you are there or not, when something goes wrong, you are to blame. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, there's enough blame to go around for the police all the time. But I want to register my profound gratitude to all of you in all the sectors, all the agencies, for the great work that you do. And I want to encourage you to work even more. Sierra Leone is moving. It is difficult to notice because, and a happy and prosperous new year. Thank you.